A lot of you guys aren't going to like this take, but Carmelo Anthony did need to be put in jail. He, in fact, did that boy in cold blood. But the larger conversation I feel like that does need to be had is between parents and their children, right? Because, and I hate to say this, but I fear that his parents failed him by not teaching him what self-defense is. I said the same shit in Mackenzie Shorla case, etc. I feel like as parents, we're losing the art of teaching our children survival skills. Self-defense being one of them. I say it all the time, but self-defense is not self-offense. What does that mean? If somebody hits you with their face, if somebody hits you with their hand, you can use less or equal force to combat them, to defend yourself, right? So if the kid punched him, yes, he can use his hands. He can punch him. He can hit him. He can do whatever he needs to do to defend himself.
There isn't a Black American on earth that is surprised by what just happened to Karmelo Anthony. In a stand your ground state, while standing his ground. Not one black face in that jury box, not one peer, not one person who has ever navigated this country in melanated skin. And if you think that doesn't matter, then you haven't been paying attention to the last 400 years of American history. Because you don't want to. This is not new. This is the system working exactly as it was designed. The reason this keeps happening, the reason we keep standing at these grave sites, at these courthouses, at these press conferences with tears and signs and hashtags is because Black America doesn't have any collective political or economic power. When you don't control the legislation, when you don't control who sits on the bench and who draws the jury pool, your outrage, however righteous, does not move this machine. Liberation has never been given. It has always been taken. And until Black America builds the kind of consolidated economic and political power that makes the cost of this oppression too high to sustain.
Yes, I have seen a lot of videos circulating on social media, and even Carmelo Anthony girlfriend is coming out setting up an account for fans for him. I don't know why these people are obsessed with crime. Taking a look at this, the father of Austin break down in tears, revealing his family are disappointed that Carmelo Anthony only received 35 years in prison instead of receiving the death penalty. He take away my boy in broad daylight with kitchen knife. He deserve the chair. This is what the father posted. At some point, a lot of people agree with him on the comment sections, like this is what they actually wanted to see. Yeah, but to me, these 35 years should actually be a lesson to a lot of people. Though I've seen a lot of celebrities coming out to say, like Cardi B, saying, oh, this is unfair.
Now, look, I know we want to be mad. I know we want to hoot and holler, but let's make sure we be mad and hoot and holler at the right person, okay? I'm just going to rapid fire some fun facts. 1, the prosecution called 21 witnesses, 20 or 21. 2, the defense called 6 witnesses. 3, Carmelo Anthony did not take the stand. 4, there were 3 questions that the defense was expected to answer in order for Carmelo to get a lesser charge. A, why he had the knife at the track meet. B, what were the circumstances that led to the altercation. C, was the force that Carmelo Anthony used justifiable based on the circumstances that led to the altercation. Lord, I done lost track of the numbers from part A, B, and C. I think we on 4. The defense literally got up in front of one of their witnesses and said, you know, I only spoke to you 2 minutes in the hallway last week. We've never spoken before that. 5, the prosecution got up on cross for that same witness and said, well, you know, you and I have talked, we've discussed things, and I was just texting your parents last week, showing that the prosecution had an established ongoing relationship with one of the defendant's witnesses. Now, based on all of the things you just heard, do you think the jury was wrong for coming to the conclusion that they came to based on what they were presented with? Amber?
Now, take the color black and white as a factor out of this case. I'm glad I found this young lady's video because I did not see the whole case. Now, take the color out of this video and listen to the facts. I cannot understand for the life of me why Carmelo did not take the stand in his defense. I cannot understand that. Because if you're accusing me of taking someone's life and I feel like, hey, I was defending myself, I had no other choice, I want to talk to the world. I want to tell the world why I did what I did.
Yes, it is actually shameful sometimes to be a black person. Yeah, Because if you take a look at someone like this, if you watch the beginning of this whole case, he was in support of Carmelo Anthony. Yeah, he was speaking up. Along the way, things turned after he met with Carmelo Anthony's dad. Now, look at what he posted here, that he's donating this amount of money to the parent of Carmelo Anthony.
That a white person to hit a black boy and get away.
White women. That's it.
Yeah. They can do whatever they want.
They send a message. Yeah.
We love y'all.
It ain't the end of the road.
We love y'all. You racist. Y'all done became my family too. Y'all done brought us too.
You did a good job.
Moments ago, Texas teen Karmelo Anthony plans to appeal of Austin Metcalf at a high school track meet last year when they were both 17 years old. The jury sentenced him to 35 years in prison. Metcalf's father, Jeff, giving an emotional victim impact statement during the sentencing hearing. Quote, "The public response sickens me, especially when a gag order doesn't allow me to defend my son. This was never about race or politics, but what you did was to choose to make it about both. We all bleed the same color. You are free to make choices all your life, but you are not free to not face consequences."
Hi, Martha. We just got word that Anthony's legal team has filed that notice of appeal, but just seconds ago, we wrapped up an interview with the district attorney and the lead prosecutor on the case.
I've seen all kind of arguments. Some says they are blaming the family for the result of this because they took the money people donated and did different things with. Now even the GoFundMe account has been chopped up. With the money people donated, these people are cooked. The girlfriend of Carmelo Anthony has apparently started a fan page for her sweet boy. Anthony was sentenced to 35 years in prison, like we have seen here. What is embarrassing is the fact that a lot of people actually agrees with all these. Like I said at the beginning of the video, people are obsessed with crime and they just believe so much that things like these should just end. They should allow the person to go free. If justice is not safe, like we just saw, these people will be encouraged to commit crimes like these over and over. Yeah. Any person melting down saying the contrary.
That noise and some of that noise played out in the courtroom. Martha, he told me that race was certainly not a factor, and have people actually pay attention closely to this case and hear what the witnesses had to say, they would know that.
$75,000 for the kids' appeal. So yeah.
Yeah, I was just watching a video on that when you called.
Yeah. I'm putting it. They need 150, but I'm putting up 75. But I'm trying to raise $1 million.
Send me the links when you got it.
I will. So I'm finna set up an interview with with the dad and Say Cheese TV at a black church with a black pastor who I'm trust, and this will be the mom and dad first time talking.
Do you know what is more troubling? These kind of people are the problem. Yeah, this guy is here advocating to raise more money for this family. They sympathize with what this guy did. Like, I don't know. You know, trying to twist everything to race is one of the most ridiculous things that I've ever liked to involve myself with. Even reporting on these topics is something I don't like to do because it makes you almost the same like someone like this. And I'm impressed that some black people are waking up. They see through this BS. They see exactly what is happening. It is lazy for some people to actually continue to advocate for people that commit these kind of crimes.
There was multiple situations that happened that day that weren't introduced to the actual court. But at the end of the day, I think it was a huge problem from the beginning of this case.
I'm not going to lie to you. Being black right now is completely embarrassing. You niggas are some of the most vile, inhumane species that have ever graced the earth. For days, I've watched black people jump around.
Karmelo, members of the new Black Panther Party holding signs reading "Self-defense is not a crime."
That is it. I don't want to prolong the video. I think I'm going to end here God bless you abundantly. As of the short clips you see at the end, that is for the white thing. You can always skip.
Went past.
Right.
The other 4 went and they surrounded.
Oh, can you hear me? Yeah, no, I heard what happened. Listen, good news is I'm about to get this here Cybertruck with your GoFundMe money. Bad news is you're going to jail, but...
You're on my page, so you automatically know.
Guilty. Stay your ass in jail, boy. Your family should be sued. Stay your ass in jail.
People tend to not trust elections when it takes a real long time.
Sued Los Angeles.
Is that it's really important not to conflate.
So with all eyes on California, you can see exactly what's happening.
It was on here in the Golden State.
In 39 days, we will know the winner.
Sports me is a Democrat.
Encouraging her fans not to vote for Pratt for fan.
Seeing this city just fall apart.
Mayorship, insurance companies, they don't have to pay for people to rebuild their homes.
Aaron Bass.
I just wanted to
these cases.